So whenever I warm up my chest, I always like to do those exercises with those bands, and I actually don't know what you would call this. It feels like it's more of a rear delt exercise with this, but a lot of people like to do them with the dumbbells. I don't like it because you're not really getting the tension on the muscle. It's not even like it's for muscle growth, but you still get a better warm up when you do this exercise with the cables. So I like to do that to open up my shoulders and get a little blood flow into my muscles, loosen them up a bit before I go on into my working sets. But I always like to pre-exhaust and start with some type of chest fly on my chest days, because whenever I warm up my chest and get blood flow into the chest, it helps me feel the mind muscle connection more on my heavier lifts and my compound lifts. And I'd rather do that and, let's say, do dumbbell presses with like 75, 80 pounds, than me have to go up to like 95, 100 pounds, put a lot of unnecessary pressure on my joints, and potentially even just ego lift and involve more in my front delts. And that's because your muscle doesn't really know how much weight it is. They just know how much stimulus you put on it. So in a bodybuilding aspect, it doesn't matter as much about how much weight you're lifting. It matters how you're lifting the weight. So we're gonna hit some chest. No, we're not hitting chest and triceps. We're hitting chest and shoulders today. So some chest, a lot of upper chest, some side, and then rear delts. Let's get into it. In these exercises, they're more of a warm-up than a working set, especially the first set. So we're not focusing on going extremely heavy and going till failure. We're focusing on more of a warm-up, get the blood flow into the muscles, instead of just going all out to start. Check out my shoe game. We got some Hey Dudes on. Oh, sorry, can't even show on the camera. But whenever you're hitting upper body, the shoes that you wear really doesn't matter. It's only if you're hitting legs, you want to hit any type of squat or a leg press with some type of shoe that has a flat sole. And if your shoes are like running shoes where they don't have a flat sole, just take your shoes off. Because ultimately, if it doesn't have a flat sole, it's not good for balance and it's not good to maintain good form. So make sure that whenever you're hitting some type of squat or leg press or compound movement like that on leg day, you either have some type of shoe with a flat sole, or if you don't, just take them off and don't go barefoot, but just do it with your socks on. Whenever I'm warming up for any muscle group in particular, for weightlifting in general, I always want to dynamic stretch before the workout, then static stretch after. You do not want to static stretch before. This is going to lead to a reduced performance, and it's going to lead to not being able to lift as much weight, not being able to do as many reps if you static stretch too much before. So what is a static stretch? A static stretch is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding in a certain position for an extended amount of time. A dynamic stretch is more of a warm-up, loosening up the muscles, getting blood flow into the muscles. So like if I'm hitting upper body, I like to do these. The two exercises that I did before helps. Like let's say you're hitting legs, I like to hold onto a wall or a platform and do some leg kicks. Or you can do some lunges, or you can do some high knees, or like butt kicks, or like something like that that helps warm up the muscles is usually best for before weightlifting, and then you can static stretch after the weightlifting session once your muscles are more tight and to loosen them up a bit. So a lot of people get that wrong. It's weird because you see a lot of AAU teams and a lot of sports teams with teenagers and stuff, they'll always do static stretching before their games, which doesn't make any sense because the older I get, the more I realize static stretching should be after anything, and then you should be dynamic stretching before. So it's kind of odd how that works. Maybe if you're an AAU coach watching this, you can pick up some tips, and then your teams will start winning games and stop losing games. So I want to stretch at the bottom, still keep my chest up and shoulders back, squeeze at the top. Any movement, squeeze at the top, stretch at the bottom, unless it's a squat or a leg press or a lunge. Whew. That felt great. Let's do some pressing work now. So whenever I'm doing any type of compound lift like this, I always want to do at least 1 or 2 warm-up sets before my working sets. And this is because you don't want to go straight into a working set if it's an exercise where you can easily get injured if you somehow get off balance or misplace anything. So it's always good to just get a feel of the movement beforehand. How to dumbbell press safely. You want to RDL into the movement. You do not want to sit down and then grab the dumbbells because you can easily just injure your lower back. Especially the heavier weight you go, the more chance that you're gonna get injured by doing that. So if you're doing 20 pounds, you're about to do a dumbbell curl, it's fine. You can sit down and do it. But if you're doing a dumbbell press, you're likely gonna be lifting too much weight to do that safely. So let's RDL into it. Then you wanna put the dumbbell on your quads. Then you can either lift up one at a time, or you can do both at the same time. I prefer one at a time most of the time. So, 1. And then now we're into the movement. So squeeze at the top, go down slow, get a stretch at the bottom. And that's failure. We're going down to 70 pounds. A lot of people will pyramid up as they go on throughout their sets, but I like to pyramid down because it just makes the most sense. Once you're warm, the first 1 or 2 sets that you do of any compound lift, you're going to be able to lift the most amount of weight and do the most amount of reps. Now, once you fatigue and get more tired from those sets, then you should go down to start feeling the mind-muscle connection more and start trying to focus on the contraction at the top and the stretch on the bottom. That's how I prefer it to be. You can switch it up. It doesn't have to be only pyramiding down, but that's just what I prefer. I did my first 2 working sets with 80 pounds. Then my last working set of this exercise is gonna be with 70 pounds. And I'm gonna focus more on doing a little bit more reps and feeling the mind-muscle connection more. Oh, fuck. Alright, y'all, so unfortunately, I guess the new GM of that gym that I went to said that we cannot record in the gym. So we're just going to finish this video in the kitchen. We're making some sirloin steak. I'm gonna show you all the macros. So today I'm actually going for a fake job interview in class. I guess I'll show y'all my outfit for that. Basically, I'm going to be applying to be a fitness coach at like Crunch Fitness or LA Fitness is the fake job interview that I'm going for because it's going to be the easiest thing to talk about. I've helped so many men transform their lives, which is true. I have gained a credible audience, a loyal audience on social media of over 200,000 followers over the past 3 to 2.5-ish years that I've been posting. I have been an online fitness coach since 2023. So I have a solid amount of experience in the fitness industry. And instead of me yapping to the fake interviewer about some job that I don't care at all about applying for, I'm just gonna act like I'm gonna be applying for a fitness coach. You can either go into a situation like a job interview or anything that could be potentially nerve-wracking, and you can use that energy that you have built up inside as two different ways. You can either look at it as I'm anxious, I'm nervous, and look at it on a negative way and use that to not benefit you, or you can use that energy that's built up inside and say, I'm excited. Yeah, I have some adrenaline going on, but that's just because I'm excited for this. And you can use that excitement to help you perform better. So that's kind of what helped me get through my graduation speech. So if you don't know, I spoke at my high school graduation. Before the graduation, everybody was like, dude, how are you gonna do it? I would probably like fall and trip. I would be scared about stuttering or this or that. So I could have thought of, oh my gosh, this is so nerve-wracking. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be nervous. But a big part of it is the repetitions that I built up. I practiced that speech so many times beforehand. I'm gonna show y'all. I practiced that speech so many times. Oh, it's not burning this. Yeah, I kind of burn them. How dare I burn these motherfucking biscuits? How? Alright. So a big part of why I spoke well and was confident was because I practiced. So me putting in the work and having hundreds of repetitions, not only in front of my parents, not only in front of my family members, but I practiced in front of 2 different classes, the whole speech. And since I practiced it so much, it was obviously a lot easier to get up on stage and feel confident about everything that I was doing and not have to rely on the script too much. So obviously I was looking down. I had a script that I was reading off of. It wasn't just all off the top. In fact, none of it was off the top. But I spoke concise and I spoke to the audience most of the time. Obviously, I was looking down a little bit just to make sure I didn't get off track. A big part of anything that you're getting into, especially in public speaking, it's about how much practice you put in beforehand. Are you prepared? Do you know the subject matter? Or are you just freeballing it, you know? Come on now! I ain't dressed up in at least like 2 months. So this is the fit. We got the Gucci shoes on. I actually don't know what brand belt this is or pants. Lululemon shirt though. But I mean, see how the shirt fits. If I was fat and out of shape, this outfit would look like complete dog shit. So what really complements this outfit, it's my physique, and it's going to be the way that I carry myself. The way that you carry yourself and your health, your body language is way more important than just the brand of your clothes or the clothes that you're wearing. Fitness is the most important version of fashion that you can actually choose to wear and represent as your lifestyle. So remember that. Choose fitness, choose going to the gym, choose getting in shape over going to a Gucci store and just buying cooler clothes. Because the clothes will look cooler if you're in shape wearing more simple clothes compared to an extremely complex and expensive outfit, but you're out of shape and don't rock it well, you know? So we're about to go to a fake job interview. I'm going to check in with all of my clients and make sure that they are doing the check-ins, keeping me updated, and doing well. And then we're gonna go to class. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, but until next time, y'all, peace out.